guys see the screen? Is the screen visible?
Yes, it's visible.
Okay. Yeah. All right. So you can post your, you can post your questions or doubts both in the Zoom chat or the Discord chat, right? I can see both. So yeah, NFTs. So tell me what is the whole concept behind an NFT? Right? I see that there are a lot of fans here and people who own NFTs. So what exactly is an NFT? Don't say non-fungible tokens because that's just the expansion of the words. I mean, yeah, what is it? What do you mean by the term NFTs or non-fungible tokens or things like that? Unique assets. Okay, unique in your own digital asset. Okay, so okay. Yeah. So yes, if you have done the course, then do help out others. Like you can help me out with the whole session. So this is for those who are starting out. This will be a maybe this will be your first NFT. Like this through this course, you can mint your first NFT. And those who are already well versed with NFT, think of it as a recap, right? Think of it like a recap, and you can maybe implement this NFT thing in your project that you are building. All right. Modify. Yeah. Oh yes. If you have any particular thing where it requires modification, do let us know in Discord. Okay. And you can also contribute. Like the whole code is basically GitHub, right? It's there on GitHub, so you can also contribute. Like if you think that there is a part of the code that is outdated or something, feel free. Like you can just contribute to this. Okay. Everything is open source, so feel free to contribute. No issues there. All right. So yeah, NFT can ownership. Okay. Yeah. So I mean, the question is, what is the difference between a normal token and an NFT? Unique ID that can own. Okay. Yes. So there is a unique ID attached to it. So is it similar to that of a, let's say, a dollar or a rupee or something? Because all these things also have a unique ID. Right? Like when you look at a dollar or a rupee or things, you see that there is a unique ID attached to it. So is NFT similar to that? Yeah, fungible and non-fungible. What is the difference there? Token can be exchanged. Okay. So what is the whole concept? I mean, why are they not exchangeable? I can, like, if I have a digital asset, I can easily exchange it with somebody, right? So what sets NFTs apart? Hey Ashish, what's up? What's the whole thing that makes NFTs unique or things like that? Any ideas? Blockchain. Okay, so see, think of it like this. Even in yeah, the whole idea of I think I have already mentioned this example before, but for the starters, okay. Metaschool NFTs have a unique digital signature. Okay, only one can exist. Okay, see, think of it like this. Okay, this is an example that I use quite frequently, but it's a good example. Like this. So think of it like this. Suppose you have a pen, or yeah, let's stick with a pen. Like suppose you have a pen with you, right? A pen that you normally take to classroom in order to take notes and stuff. So one day your friend comes in with the exact same pen, right? Yeah, an exact same pen from the exact same brand, and asks for you to exchange his pen with yours, right? It's a pen. You're maybe a Parker pen or something like that, and your friend comes up with the exact same pen from the exact same brand and asks you to exchange that pen. Will you exchange it? It's the exact same thing, like not much different, same brand, same model, same everything. So is there any issues with exchanging that pen? Your friend says, okay, let me just have your pen and you can have mine. How many of you will exchange the pen in that situation? Nobody? Everybody will keep their pens to themselves? Sell me this pen, yeah. right? You understand the situation, right? You are in a classroom, you have a pen, your friend comes up with a similar pen from the similar brand, similar make and model and everything, and he asks for you to exchange it. So is there any issues there? Like, will you exchange it? No? Yeah, I mean, it's the same thing. It's the same pen. No difference there. It's the same pen. It's a Parker pen or whatever. Okay, right now suppose okay, so in a normal situation, if it is basically the same thing, there is not much issue with exchanging, right? Like, there are times when we do exchange pens or stuff like that, so your friend says, like, if it's the same pen, you can just exchange it, no harm done there, right? Now suppose instead of a normal pen, suppose you have a pen that was gifted to you by your grandfather, right? Maybe your grandfather was pen pals with some great president or somebody, and that president gifted your grandfather that pen, and your grandfather gave you a pen, gave that pen to you. Now, if your friend comes up to you and say that let's exchange the pen, will you do that? Yes, right? So why? What's the difference there? It's basically a pen, right? So, but what is the difference there in those two situations? What is the difference there? Memories, yes. See, the thing is, in yes, it has a unique place. The thing is, there are certain properties or attributes that is attached to the new pen, right? The gift, the pen which was gifted to you, right? It's not the same pen. It's not an other ordinary pen from the same brand. Even if it is all that, but it has a unique property where it was gifted to your grandfather by some great president, right? So there is that unique attribute attached to the pen that makes it unique or stand out from the rest, right? So the thing is, when it comes to NFTs, you guys got the whole gist of it. Like, it is not exchangeable, meaning you cannot replace one of your grandpa's pen with an ordinary pen, because those things, like that pen has a certain attributes that are unique to it. So even if you replace it with, you cannot replace it with another pen that has that and any other ordinary pen, because the value won't be the same, right? There is a unique set of attributes attached to your gifted pen that is not there with the other one. So that, since it is unique, you cannot easily exchange it, because you won't find another pen that is gifted to your grandfather by a president, because there is only one of those, right? So you can't exchange it because you can't find the correct value to exchange it, right? So that is the whole idea of non-fungibility. Non-fungibility means that things that cannot be exchanged or replaced. Okay, if it is a normal pen or a normal book or a normal anything, you can easily replace it with something that is similar. But when you talk about non-fungibility, it means that there is a certain unique properties attached to it that makes it, non-replaceable, right? Just like your grandpa's pen. So that is the whole idea. So even when you talk about NFTs, there are normal tokens, right? There are the ERC20 tokens. So all these tokens, like if I have an Ether and if my friend has an Ether, I can exchange it. Or if I have a Sepolia token and somebody from, if Jimmy or somebody has a Sepolia token, I can easily exchange it with Jimmy, right? No issues there. So those are normal tokens. But when we talk about NFTs, what we are doing is we attach certain attributes to it that makes it unique. So I cannot replace my NFT because I won't find anything that is equally unique to that, right? Every NFT will be unique. So there is, you cannot, yes, yeah, ultimately, yeah, the metadata, yeah, we'll get to that part. Yeah, we'll see how that uniqueness comes in. But the thing is, you cannot do the same thing just like how you exchange an ERC20, because with NFTs, there is uniqueness attached to it, making it non-replaceable, right? So that is the whole concept. Now, what standard? So we talk about ERC20, right? So what is the ERC standard for NFT? You guys have been learning about ERCs and everything. Yes, ERC 70. And what exactly is ERC? Yeah, 1155 is, yeah, we'll just stick with 71. So what is the whole concept of an ERC actually? What is standards? Okay, see, the thing is ERCs are actually request for comment. So when you look at the whole thing, ERCs is basically a way to write smart contracts. Okay, it is actually a standard for writing smart contracts. So ERC, yes, exactly. Exactly. It's actually a template or a guideline to write smart contracts, right? If a certain, like if you are following the ERC 20 guidelines for writing a smart contract, you can create a token. If you are following the ERC 721 standard, you can create an NFT. But at the end of the day, ERC is basically a standard for writing smart contracts, right? So what I want you to do is quickly go and enroll on this course. Sagar, can you just provide the course link here? Anybody? Yeah. Unique, if you think about it, you can get the same data. Yeah, we'll see how that uniqueness comes in. It's okay. There is metadata, there is a unique value attached to it, there is a unique ID. So it's not directly just metadata, but there are a few things that you attach to it. So just go to this course link. Yes, what you attach to the NFT, exactly. So just enroll for this course. It's all. Yeah, it's a super. Yeah, there you go. Okay, nice. How many of you completed it? I know that Yash completed the course. What about the rest? How many of you completed this course? Just started. Nice, nice. Okay, nice. Image part left. Nice. Just enroll. That's fine. That's fine. We'll. So those who completed it, feel free to help me with this session, right? If there is anybody who is, yeah, that's good. That's good. Stuck or anybody has any doubts, please help out. Help your deaf friends out, right? So yeah. So that's what we are building. We will. So for most of you, this will be your first NFT minting, meaning you will mint your own NFT. Okay. So that's what we are going to be building. Like we'll see what are the tools that you require. How do you do it? You know what you can do it in a test net, a dev net, and a mainnet. I'll tell what the difference is there, and you will end up minting your own NFT. Before that, is there anybody who is yet to install Node.js or VS Code in your system? Does anybody like everybody have like VS Code and Node.js installed? Awesome, awesome. Anybody yet to install these things? Yes, that's nice. So okay, yeah. So for the completing the week 2, I mean we are so with this. I guess in the dashboard, I think this is the last part, right, of week 2, like the coding camp. Right, so just follow along the dashboard and it will give you all the instructions for completing it. All right, so once you have that, why don't you guys quickly set up a hard hat project? Like those who already have it, those who completed the write your first smart contract course, it's pretty easy, right? Can you guys just completely, let's see who has the fastest system here. Just quickly set up a basic hard hat JavaScript project and just paste your screenshot in Discord. Let's see who completes this first. So the first step is to set up the environment. And in order to do that, you need like, I hope like everybody have installed the Node.js and yeah. Oh, that's nice. Thank you, Yash. So those who are yet to install VS Code, I think Yash has provided a link to it, so you can just use that, right? And you have the I think in the initial part of the course you have the link here. You can just click on it, or you can use Yash link or the link that was shared by Yash. So thank you for that. Awesome. So yeah. So why don't you guys quickly set up a hard hat project? I mean, it's not like it's. I think those who have completed the write your first smart contract or ERC20 token contract course, it's pretty easy, right? So the instructions are here. So we are for setting up the environment. Make sure you have the Node.js set up, and then install hard hat. So let me just go to the folder. Give me a second. Yeah, I'll just set it up in this. Oh, I'll just open a terminal here. So all you have to do is in this terminal just copy this command, right? So paste it. So you can see that I'm creating a new Elon in NFT folder. I using the CD, I'm moving into the folder and I'm installing hard hat. Okay, now if you go to the desktop, you can see that there is an NFT. Now what I can do is I can just open it with VS Code. Okay, so I'm just opening the whole thing using VS Code. Nothing much is happening now, but yeah, I'm just initializing a node project like npm install. You can see that in the third command we are just installing using npm install hard hat. So it will set up the node project and install hard hat. And I guess my internet is a bit slow, so yeah, let's see. And it's almost done. All right, awesome. So now if I go to my VS Code, you can see that there is a node modules and everything. I just opened the terminal here. This is why I love VS Code, like a lot of really cool tools and everything. Now I can just run all my commands from here. So now we have the node module set up, like all the node packages, like the node project is initialized with the hard hat. Now, in order to turn it into the hard hat project, what is the command that I have to give? I have a node project set up. Now I need to set up the hard hat project. So what is the command there? Come on, guys, quickly. Yes. npx hard hat init. Yes, npx. So yeah, npx means that you are executing the hard hat like package, right? Yes, exactly. So here with this command, what I'm doing is I'm initializing a hard hat project, right? And I'm setting up a basic JavaScript project. This is the root, like my desktop folder is the root folder. Like in case you decide to add all the code to GitHub, you will need a .git ignore. And you can see all the project, the whole code is already set up, right? And I'll just add a hard hat toolbox. So hard hat toolbox, like this hard hat toolbox is another dependency that helps you build this project quickly. Okay, so it is now auto prompted with the whole npx init command. So yeah, any questions or doubts here? Till this, like we initialized a Node.js project and we initialize a hard hat project. That's it. Any questions or doubts still here? It's pretty clear, right? All good. Awesome. So the like let's just go through the folder. Like this is actually a really cool feature, because usually when you're writing a project from scratch, you have to sort out all the folders and stuff. So what hard hat does is it gives you a folder structure to start with. Like you have the contracts folder where you will be keeping all the contracts. You have the test folder where you'll be writing all the test files and everything. You have the scripts folder where you will be writing all the code for deploying your smart contracts and everything. So the code is arranged pretty much, or it comes arranged, right? All the hard hat code or the project structure, it comes arranged. So you just have to add new folders and files to it. That's it. And it also comes with a template code. Like in case you're starting out, hard hat actually provides you with some template code that you can go through and maybe modify and see how all this works. And one of the key, and which file contains the whole configuration of hard hat? In this, where do you keep all the project configuration of hard hat? Which file has that? Yeah, the config file. Obvious. I mean, it's just an obvious question. I was just, yes. So you can see that within this file, you can add all the configurations, that you want to add to your project. So here, I think you can just update this to 0.8.2 or 20, right? Yes, there you go. Just update the Solidity version to 20. Okay. So I think let's just stick with the latest 19. I guess a couple of libraries use 20. So we'll just stick with 20. 0.8.20. Like I said, like all this code that you see is open source. Okay. In the first page itself, we have a link to our GitHub repo. So if you think that any of this code or section is outdated, feel free to update it. Okay. Just put a PR and we'll just merge it and we'll give you a shout out. So yeah. All right, so we have set up a project and we need a couple of, the toolbox. I think we have already installed this. And apart from that, I think we have already installed. Oh, sorry. Yeah, it's there. So you can see that this is dev dependency, right? This whole thing is given as dev dependency. Any idea on what that dev dependency is? Why is it not a dependency and not a dev sorry, why is it a dev dependency and not a dependency? Like all the hard hat and everything. Yes, exactly. It doesn't have, we will be installing it. Yeah. Awesome. Yes. Yeah. So the thing is, all these packages, it is not directly related to the end product that you're building here, right? In hard hat, you are essentially building a smart contract, right? So all the hard hat toolbox or any of these packages, it doesn't go into the final outcome. It just helps you build that final outcome. That's why it's a dev dependency. But when you look at something called as OpenZeppelin, what is OpenZeppelin? What is this OpenZeppelin thing? Module, yes. It's basically you can think of it as a library for smart contracts. Exactly. So it contains a lot of code. It contains a lot of Solidity code that you can easily import onto your contract, right? So like ERC20, a lot of these smart contract templates or files that you can easily import onto your own contract. So here, this is the difference here. You can see that with all the other packages, we have the save dev flag, right? But with the OpenZeppelin contract, we are just directly installing it as a dependency. So what does that mean? What does that mean? Yeah, sort of like, all the packages in NPM. Yes, it's a package for writing smart contracts. You can think of it like that. But you can see that we are not installing OpenZeppelin as a dev dependency. Rather, we are installing it as a direct dependency. So what does that mean? You can see it here, right? It's a dependency, not a dev dependency. So what's the idea there? Any clues? Anybody? Yeah, you can see the OpenZeppelin library, right? It's just a lot of smart contracts, .so. You can see that this is all .so, right? Yes, exactly. See, the thing is, all these like at least some of these contracts, we will be directly using it in the smart contract that we are building. Yes, we will be using the OpenZeppelin library or we will be including some of the files in the OpenZeppelin library to build our end contract. Right? That's why it is a dependency. It is directly related to our output, or it will be directly included in our output contract. Right? So that is why OpenZeppelin is a dependency and all these are dev dependencies. Any questions there? Any questions? Anything there? You guys understood the difference, right? Awesome. So yeah, so after that, just the hard hat, like you just have to take a screenshot of this part. Okay, so the thing is, you can see that when we are installing the first package, like the hard hat toolbox and hard hat, it goes into this section called dev dependency, right? This means that you can see that there is a package called hard hat. Like this is node modules. Okay, this is the node modules folder. And if you just go down a bit, yeah, you can see that this hard hat contains a lot of folders, files, and everything. But it is a dev dependency, meaning it is used for developing something. Or in our case, this hard hat framework is used to develop smart contracts. So these libraries are basically something that we use to develop the end product. Okay, none of the things in this library will be added to the end product. Meaning, when you are writing a smart contract, you won't be using any files from this hard hat or anything. They are just something that you use to build it. Okay, these are some of the tools or libraries that you use to develop a smart contract, but none of the files in this will go to your smart contract, will be part of your smart contract. Okay, but in the case of OpenZeppelin, you will be using some of the contracts in this folder in your final smart contract, meaning this is a direct dependency of your output. Meaning you need some of the files in this OpenZeppelin contracts folder in order to build your final smart contract. You will be using it directly in your output. These are just there to help you with the development, and they won't be directly part of your output. Do you understand? Got it. So that is why it is a development dependency, and the OpenZeppelin contract is a direct dependency. We'll see. I'll show you how we are using the OpenZeppelin contracts there. Okay, but just for now, just know that OpenZeppelin means it's a dependency because we'll be using these things directly in our final smart contract. With this, we'll be just using it to build our final smart contract. Nothing from these files will directly go to our final smart contract. Okay, so yeah. So that brings us to the setting up environment part. Now the next is writing your first contract. I think this is okay. So this section, what this section does is it gives you an idea of our default smart contract that comes with oh really? Oh, I mean, I'm too lazy, man. I actually don't use Brave that much. Yeah, I know. I mean, I know that I should update it, but I usually don't do it until there is a very big warning somewhere. But yeah, I use Mozilla usually. But with Mozilla, there is some issues with the MetaMask stuff. So for when I'm doing code camps, I use Brave. So how many Brave fans here? Any other people who use Brave other than Mozilla or Chrome? Oh, a lot of Brave fans. Edge. Oh, dude, Tushar uses Edge. That's all. I've used it. Nice. Do you guys use the Brave token and stuff? Like Brave comes with an inbuilt wallet. No ads anywhere. Yes, yes. But I'm a Mozilla fan, Firefox fan. Nice. Oh, you use Brave wallet too. That's awesome. All right. So yeah. Oh, you have $10 worth of BAT. That's nice. I don't know. Let me just try and just reload the page. See if yeah. Oh, you are oh, instead of MetaMask, you use Brave Wallet. Okay. Okay. So yeah. Nice. So this part, this is actually a walkthrough of the lock.sol, meaning your default contract that comes with hard hat. Any idea on what this does? Any idea on what this contract does? It's a pretty simple contract. Yes. Yes. So this contract, what it does, it is sort of like your own safety deposit box. Okay. It is, yes, exactly. So this contract is sort of like your safety deposit box. What it does is it will ask so you can see that there is a constructor, meaning this will be the first function that will be called, and it will just set all the initial values. Okay, you can see there is an unlock time, there is an address variable, there is an event when you are withdrawing something, And there is a keyword called payable. Any idea on what that is? Payable keyword. Any idea? See, yes, exactly. So when you attach the payable keyword to a function, you can actually pay or send ethers to it. Like when you're calling this function, you can actually send ethers to. Okay, like we are talking about the constructor function and the keyword payable. Okay, payable means that you can, yes, you can. So payable keyword is attached to the functions through which we can actually send a handle ether. Yes, so this, yeah, you can send, like, so this will be like when we are deploying it, it will be a contract address, but this address can also hold ether. Okay, like this can hold ether. Yes. Okay, so what we are doing is, this is, like I said, this contract is basically like your own safety deposit box. Okay, so when you are deploying the constructor, you just have to, or deploying this contract, you just have to specify a time. Okay, and this time can be anything. It can be days, weeks, months, or anything. Okay, and what you are saying is, and you can also send some ETH to this contract when you are deploying it. Okay, let's say I put like 2 days as the time period, and let's say I send 5 ETH. So what this contract does is, it will set the time to unlock it, and it will set me as, or the person who deployed this contract as the owner. Okay, and what happens is, in order for me to withdraw the amount, like I'm sending 5 ethers, right? It will first check whether the unlock time is over. Meaning, if I set 1 day, it will allow me to withdraw the fund only after a day. That's what it is checking here. And it will also check if I am the owner of the contract, meaning I am the one who deployed the contract. Okay, if both these things checks out, then I like that fund will be transferred to my address. So this contract is basically like your own little safety deposit box. You can say that, hold my Ethereum for like 2 days or 3 days or 1 year or whatever. Okay, and only you can withdraw it after the specified amount of time. That's what this contract does. Any questions? It's pretty easy. You can just go through it. Like, the whole thing is here. Okay, the whole thing, like the complete smart contract, understand, like the breakdown is here. Yeah, FD, sort of like, yes, fixed deposit. Yes, it's exactly like fixed deposit. Right? This is why we call, like, these are the rules. Right? This is how you set a smart contract. Like, these are the rules. Like, FD requires a lot of things from bank and everything. Right? Here we are just converting it into code. We are saying that we should verify the owner. We should wait for a certain period of time, and if both these rules checks out, then we can get the amount. So we are basically creating a sort of a fixed deposit, using our contract without the help of any bank or anything. Right? So that's the whole purpose of smart contracts. I mean, this is a good example. Now, and the deploy.js file, it also, this is the default one that comes with your contract. And I think this is for 1 minute or something. Yeah. Like 60 seconds. Like, we take the time till 60 seconds. So yeah, we are saying that from the current time, we just have to wait 1 minute. And then you can open. And we are just passing 0.001 ethers and stuff. So we are telling this contract to hold 0.001 ether for 60 seconds. That's the deploy function. Now let me show you something. So let me just try and deploy it. So in this deploy, you can see that when you run a script, it will automatically compile the contract first. You can see the artifacts folder created. And so you can see that the contract is deployed. Right? Now the question is, where is it deployed to? Yeah, sure. We will give it. The question is, so you deployed the contract, right? So the question is, where is this contract deployed to? Is it Sepolia, mainnet? where do you think I deployed this contract to? Yes, 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 exactly. See, this is also a really cool, yes, the hard hat network, exactly. See, this is also a cool feature provided by hard hat. Yes, the local dev environment. Everybody got it right. Yeah, that's the thing. See, the thing is, using hard hat, you can set up a dummy network in your system itself. Okay, a temporary network just to emulate the whole blockchain. Okay, this is none of the data is permanent. It is not like a test net. You can call it a dev net, meaning this is just to see whether it functions like so. This whole dev net, it functions just like a blockchain, but nothing is permanent. Right after the execution of this function, everything will be taken down. Okay, there won't be any history or storage of any of this data. This is sort of like a simulation of a blockchain. It is not even an actual blockchain. It is a local dummy dev environment or a dev net that is provided by hard hat just so you can check. Yes, sort of like a sandbox, a testing sandbox. Okay, so that you can test out your scripts or all those things. Okay, before you even put it to testnet. So while you're using hard hat, you have the devnet where you can check for any bugs with the code or anything. You can deploy it to the testnet for actual testing of the contract. Then you can push it to the mainnet for actual production. Okay, so this, like, since we are not specifying anything here, automatically it will be deployed to the development local devnet. Do you guys understand? So that is also a cool little feature of hard hat. Any questions there? So this part basically explains what we just did. Okay, any questions, doubts, anything? So this contract is like your own FD or safety deposit box, which lets you store a certain amount of ETH for a particular period of time. Okay, and it will only allow the withdrawal if that particular period of time is completed and the sender of the contract or the person who deployed the contract calls the function. If Ashish deploys the contract with 5 ethers, I cannot withdraw the contract. Even if the time is completed, I cannot withdraw. It has to be Ashish, right? That is what this function is all about. All right. So that is what we are, and this, like, if you have any confusions regarding it, you can just go through this section. There is a detailed breakdown of this contract. Elon Musk. Okay, why the whole? Let me ask you this: how many of you are an avid follower of Elon Musk? Like, follows everything that he does, every company, every tweet, everything. Harder is like an Elon Musk wannabe. Okay, I mean that is yeah. But I support, yes, but follows him. I follow Musk. Yeah, I mean he has not all the time. Like I'm a fan of everything that he does except whatever he says about crypto. Okay, I'm a huge fan of his like whole vision to colonize Mars and bring electric car and everything. But I'm not a fan of him, especially when he is talking about crypto. But everything else is cool. I mean, Tesla's, SpaceX and everything is cool. Till recently, yeah. Anyway, that's cool. Yeah, let's see if hard hat is the Elon Musk of Web3 frameworks. Anyway, yeah, that's basically the session, right? So the next part is all about writing your NFT, right, locally. So first we will just try and write an NFT contract locally. So here, what you have to do is you just have to create a new contract called elon.sol. Okay, so this is the second part. So what we are going to do, I'll just delete my log.sol. You can keep it if you want, no issues, but let's just keep one contract in there. I'll just create a new file, elon.sol. Okay. And I'll just copy this and paste it. So come on, tell me what this contract is. So there is nothing happening, nothing major happening. This is also to introduce a new hard hat feature. Okay. So this is, you can see that I have created a contract called Elon NFT with a Solidity version 0.8.9. Identifier, license identifier, I can convert it to MIT license, either way it goes. So this is also another really cool feature. Okay. This is why I say, like, one of the most coolest thing about hard hat is it provides you a lot of things that you can use to debug your contract. Okay, this is one such thing. So what it is, it's a console log, right? You know, like console logs, right? Even in Python or JavaScript and stuff like that, we have a way to print statements to the terminal, right? Maybe a particular part of the code or some data in a variable or things like that. So a hard hat, it also has a module called console.log that lets you do the exact same thing in the devnet. Okay, in the development network, you can actually send some messages. Like so here I have, you can see that within the constructor I have given, this is my Elon Musk NFT contract. Okay, now if I update the deployment script, I'll just update the Elon deployment script. Run this. You can just press the up arrow key to get that previous commands, right? You don't have to type everything from scratch. Just click that up arrow key and you will have all the previous commands. Or if you want to find some, I'm sure like those who are familiar with Linux knows this. If you want to find any previous command, just type history. You can get all the previous commands. Okay. So yeah, some Linux tips. Anyway, so if I just, so I've added the deploy, I've just created a new deploy.js, nothing fancy. I just compile it. Like you know that whenever we compile it, we'll have a new folder in the artifacts. We'll have a new file related to this Elon Musk NFT in the contracts folder within the artifacts directory, right? So I'm fetching it, I'm just deploying it. That's it. Okay. So you can see this, you can see all this happening, right? Just check the artifacts folder there. Yeah, you can see that this changed and there is the new Elon Musk. So you can see this, right? So this comes from the contract itself. Okay, I can just change it. I'll show you. Like I can change this to a. So this is actually a debugging feature that comes with hard hat. You just import, import this console.sol, and you can use this console.log to log such details. Oh, what is to say? Okay, not the testnet, not the mainnet, but just the devnet. Any questions here? So this is actually just to introduce you to this feature here, which you can use to debug your contract, which it works with the devnet. Okay, this is actually do with hard hat. So any questions here? Any doubts or questions? We just created a contract called Elon NFT, nothing much. It's just a constructor with a console.log statement. And this comes from a hard hat module, which helps you debug your hard hat contract by allowing you to send details to the terminal. Okay, you can use it in the devnet of hard hat, not the actual testnet, just the devnet. Any questions there? Okay, this helps you easily. Like when you're writing, use the console. Oh, sorry. Is it okay now? Is it okay now? Is my voice still breaking? Okay, cool. Sorry about that. So yeah, so you have this console.sol module that will help you write messages to the console. And it works with the devnet, hard hat devnet. Okay, so you can easily debug your contract before you push it to testnet or mainnet or all those places, right? So any questions there? Do you guys understand the purpose? It's pretty clear, right? And in the deploy.sol, what we are doing is we are console.logging, the deploy contract statement. Then we are taking the whole details of this Elon Musk contract from this artifacts folder. Deploy contract directly. If we provide this directly, it will just fetch all these details, like details from the Elon NFT thing. We need, whenever you are deploying the contract, you need this detail, the bytecode. Okay. So this is the code that the machine or the Ethereum network understands. So when you are deploying it, you need this. Okay, that's what it is fetching here. All those details in the NFT.json, Elon Musk NFT.json will be attached to this particular variable. Okay, and it will just Elon.target will give you the address. So that is what is happening here. Okay, and I'm not running it in any testnet. If you don't specify any network here, it will run the whole script or it will deploy the whole contract to the devnet. Okay, so that is what is happening here. Yeah, pretty simple, right? Any doubts, questions? And there you go. And the whole thing is given here. Like we completed this, like npx card had compiled. So when you are running this command, it will automatically compile your contracts. Okay. Otherwise, if you want to check for errors, any kinds of errors, you can run this compile command separately too. No issues there. Okay. Or when you are running this command, it will automatically do the compiling on its own. So that's fine. But if you want to check errors, you can run this somewhere while you're developing and it will check whether your contract is all good. So yeah, that's it. So we have created a basic NFT contract, but nothing fancy there. So I'll give you a minute. You guys can just test out the whole DevNet thing. And since it's been an hour, I'll just give you 2 minutes to just, go through all this and see if there is any doubts. Right. So if you have any questions or doubts, you can ask. We'll just have a 2-minute break so that you guys just catch your breath and. Oh, okay. 5 minutes, fine. We'll resume at 9:05. Just go through the whole thing. Now, after this, we'll be writing an actual NFT. So yeah. If you have any questions, just post it here. So I'll just go on mute for 2 minutes, and if you have any questions, just post it. Yeah, I think it's the thing is, after this we'll be talking a lot about NFTs and stuff. So I think this is for 2 minutes. We'll just take some. We'll just catch a breath and then we'll continue. All right, guys. So if you have any questions, please do ask in the chat. Is Foundry better than hard hat? Okay. I would say Foundry has its own merits. I think it's much more faster than hard hat because Foundry is actually built using Rust, so it has that advantage. Like, and I think there are a lot of cool features that comes with Foundry too. So yeah, I mean each has its own perk. 2 minutes is kind of long. Okay, maybe we can start. Like, should we just keep building? I thought like you guys might be tired of hearing me lecture on for 1 hour straight. Should we just keep on building? What is your take? I'm happy either way, no issues. Yes. All right. I think we can just crack on, I guess. So yeah, Foundry is also good. You can check it out. All right. So yeah, let's get to minting an NFT. So yeah. So in this course, what we are going to do is this part we'll be actually writing the NFT. Yes, Foundry is getting traction. That's true. So we will be. So the thing is, when you're writing an actual NFT contract, you have to write a lot of code. Okay, but now, like in this code, you know that we have installed the OpenZeppelin contracts, right? So we will be using that library. So if you scroll down, you can see that this is how it looks like. So I'll just copy the code and show you what it is. So this is our actual NFT code. Okay. So yeah, this we'll remove this shortly. We are just want this to yeah, we are console.loading, right? So anyway, so this is our NFT you know, contract, and you can see what is happening. We are actually importing a contract from the OpenZeppelin library. Okay, it's called the ERC721 URI storage. Okay, this helps us store the details regarding our NFT. And this, what is happening here? Contract Elon NFT is ERC721 URI storage. What is happening here? Any idea? Inheritance. Yes, we are saying that we need all the stuff that is written in this contract. You can see this is the contract. Like you can see that it's a big contract with almost 60 lines, right? So we want to get all these functions to our Elon NFT contract. So yeah, we are inheriting it using the is keyword. Okay. And within this contract, what we are doing is we have a private. So what do you mean by a private variable? We have a unit private token IDs variable. What is the idea there with a private variable? Yes, only available. So this variable can only be accessed within the contract. Okay. So, and you can see that there is, we have a constructor there. Okay. There is a constructor, and we, so this constructor is actually feeding, you know what this means? Any idea on what this is? You have a constructor, and then we are calling another function. You can see that this is our constructor function, and rather than writing the statements, we are using this. We are actually calling another function. Do you know what is happening here? What is happening here? Yeah, that is there, but to where are we passing this to? Like, where is this ERC721 function? Yeah. So this what we are doing is we are actually passing these values to the constructor in these functions or these contracts. Okay, like since we are inheriting, so if we are inheriting a contract, and if that contract has a constructor, okay, this is how we will pass that values to the contract. Like I'll just explain it using a figure. So suppose there is a contract A and we inherit it to contract B. And let's say contract A has some constructors. Okay. So when we are inheriting it to this contract to B, we also need to pass the values, the constructor values to this function, right? Since this contract A has some constructors, we need a way to actually pass values to this constructor from our contract B. This is how you do it. Okay, like if you look at this, this goes all the way. I mean, even this contract is inheriting it. You can see that there are no constructors here, but if you go to ERC721, I guess there will be a constructor there. Okay, so we are passing this value all the way directly to these things. Okay, that is what is happening here. Okay, we are basically passing this value to, yeah, exactly. So this function, just know that we are passing it, need to initialize some values in one of the contracts that we inherited. Okay, that is what is happening here, and you can and we are basically passing in, like when you look at it. Yeah, like already somebody mentioned it, like the ERC20, the name and stuff like that. Okay, the token name and the name of the NFTs and stuff like that. So that is what is happening here. So we are passing, just like how we are initializing the value using these ERCs. We are just calling that contract there. You can see the whole implementation. Yes, from OpenZeppelin. Usually we just provide it like this. Like when you are writing normal constructors, we just provide it as a function, right? But here this is how we pass the value to the inherited contracts, like the top contracts or base level contracts. Okay, and we have a min function. So can anybody tell me what the logic is here? We are doing a token ID plus plus. We are doing a new ID, minting a token. Any idea on what this is? It's pretty simple. Any idea? See, you know that like NFT tokens are different because they are unique, right? So, and we talked about how we can attach new unique features to it. Another thing that sets this NFTs apart is that every NFT will have a unique ID. Okay, every NFT will have a unique ID. So whenever we are minting a new NFT, we need to attach apart from all the attributes or properties, we also need to attach a unique ID. So that is what we are doing here. So what is this? This is so you know that we have a UINT token IDs variable mentioned here. So what is the default value with this variable? Any idea? When it comes to UINT, what is the default value? What is the default value for UINT? Is it 1, 2? Yeah, it's not 256, it's actually 0. Okay, so we are starting our ID. So the value is actually 0. Okay, yeah, UINT, like if you are mentioning it as UINT, it is similar to UINT 256. Okay, what I'm asking is what is the default value here? Okay, this is correct. Like if it is either UINT or UINT 256, it's basically the same thing. Okay, that is true. What I'm asking is did I write UINT? So I was asking the value. Yeah, it starts from 0. Exactly. Right. So whenever I call this mint NFT function, what it will do is it will first update the UINT token ID variable. So what is this plus plus? Does this mean that it will be added by 2? What is the whole plus plus thing? Add 1. Right. So now for the first time when I'm calling this 0 will be converted to 1. Right. The value will be 1 here. It started as 0, but since I am incrementing it, it will be 1 here. And I will be sending this 1 or I will be transferring this 1 to this new variable called new item ID. Okay. And I will be minting, like you can see that I will be minting that token to the message.sender. Right? The person who is calling this, so this is actually the mint function. Okay. I am minting a token to this message.sender with this new token ID. Okay. And to this token ID, I will be attaching something. We'll see how this works. So in this function, this is where we attach all the properties or attributes that we need. Right now, what we are doing is we are just attaching a placeholder called hello world. But in the coming sessions, I will this thing will change. Okay. Here we are just as usually this is where we add the metadata to the token. But now we are just keeping it as a placeholder called hello. So in this function, what is happening is we are incrementing the token ID. We are taking into a separate variable and minting a new token with that ID and setting some data to that token. Okay. Here, this hello world is just a placeholder. We will change it. Okay. And that's it. And we'll be returning the new item ID just to see what is the current token ID. So every time we call this mint ID, it will be 1. So the first time it will be 1, then it will be 2, 3, 4, etc. So every time we call the mint NFT function, we will have a token with a separate token ID. Dude, like when you get married, I mean, I like the whole analogy, but it's pretty far off. Like we're talking about Web3 and suddenly somebody says like when you get married. I mean, I don't know. Okay. Any other such things that you would like to use? I mean, it completely caught me off guard. I was like when you get married, what is this? But yeah, incremented by one. Yes, it's a fun little thing. I mean, yeah, cool. Anyway, so yeah, I was lost in thought. Sorry. I mean, that completely caught me off guard. Anyway, so yeah, you got the whole logic, right? So whenever you mint an NFT, you will have a new ID, you will attach to a token, you will send it to the, yeah, focus boys, focus, yes. You will mint that token with this ID to this address or the address of the person who is calling this function. That is this message.sender. Okay. This means the person who is calling the messenger, the person or the address that is calling this function. Okay. And you will attach something to this token with this ID. Okay, that like if it is a token with ID 1, we'll be attaching something. Right now, we are just keeping it as a placeholder called hello world. Okay. And we'll just, since we have this console.log, we'll be console logging that whole thing. And we'll be returning the new ID. So that is what is happening here. So this is pretty much our NFT contract. Any questions here? We will see how to attach all the images and everything. That all those things will go here. I will show you how to do that. But for now, do you understand the logic? It's like getting married. Sometimes the logic can be confusing. Right? We're talking about NFTs and marriages. Any questions? Yeah, so it is there. Just kindly log into the dashboard. Like once you get the email, I think I'll send you the whole Road2Web3 dashboard thing. And yes, there you go. We have a lot of resources from where you can pick up Solidity. So what we are doing is we are creating, I'll just give you a rundown. So we are creating an NFT contract here. So in order to unburden ourselves with the code, what we are doing is we are importing a lot of code from the OpenZeppelin contracts. Okay, so we are using this ERC 721 URI storage contract. We are inheriting it to our contract. So within the contract, we have a variable called token ID where we will be keeping track of the token IDs or the new NFT IDs or the IDs of the NFTs that we are creating. We have a constructor here which will set our token name and token symbol and stuff like that. So, and after that, we have this main function which returns, you can see that it returns a UN256. That's why we are returning this new item ID here. Okay. So within this min function, what we are saying is when somebody calls this min function, we want to mint a new NFT token or we want to create an NFT token. That's what this min function is. Let me just add it as a description. Minting an NFT means creating a new NFT. Okay. So when you are creating or minting a new NFT, the first thing is you have to increment your ID. Okay, your token ID. So if it is 0, it will be 1. So the first time you call it, it will be 1. The second time you call it, it will be 2. And we are storing it to a variable here. And we are minting. So using this function, which comes from this OpenZeppelin contract, we are minting a new token with this token ID. And we are sending that token to the person who called this function. That is this message.sender thing. And using the set token URI, we are attaching additional properties or metadata to that token with the token ID, new item ID. Like you can go to this function. I don't know. Yeah, set token ID. Yeah, you can see that it's about updating the metadata of the token. Okay. So that is what we are doing here. We'll be attaching the metadata. Here we are just keeping it as a placeholder. Yeah. So in this thing, there won't be, like I said, in the dev environment, like none of this is permanent. So you don't have an explorer here, but we will be deploying it to the testnet soon. Okay, there you can find the whole thing. So right now, when you're deploying it to the DevNet, it is just for checking for bugs and stuff. Okay. So yeah, that's the whole idea, and we are returning the token ID. That's it. So this is how you mint. Update your token ID, attach that new token ID, and mint a new token. Add the metadata to the token. Create NFT with new ID. Attach metadata. Yeah. Yes, I'll show you. I'll show you. I'll show you. So for now, since we are just using the development network or the local network, you won't be able to explore the whole thing. Yes, yes. In Mumbai, you can do it. Yeah. But now we are just setting it up. We are just debugging it using our. That's all. Yeah. Yeah. That's the correct case there. So yeah. Since we are using the DevNet, you won't be able to use explorers. Okay, but we will deploy it to test it. So yeah. So that's the whole logic. Any questions there? There are other local blockchain networks that lets you do that, like Ganache and stuff like that. Like you can use Ganache with hard hat, and it basically provides the same functionality plus the whole transaction tracking thing. But with the hard hat DevNet, you can't do that. Or at least for now, like we are directly just keeping it temporary. All right, so we have this, and we'll just update the deployment script. Okay. So just go to deploy.js. So it's the same thing. Just like last time, we'll just get the whole, like once we compile it, we'll have all the details here. We'll pick it up from deploy contract. We'll wait for the contract to deploy. Hard hat node in the sense. What do you mean by? Yeah, so yeah, that is also something that is temporarily provided by hard hat. You have that. Yeah, I know that. So this thing, like I said, the whole purpose of DevNet is usually to Ganache is basically just an environment, a local blockchain environment, right? Hard hat is basically an entire toolkit. But yeah, I know that Hard Hat provides a set of accounts and stuff. But again, that is for debugging purposes. Like if you want to figure out the whole workflow and everything, you need to use a testnet. Which I will show you. Okay, right now we are just making sure that every code is working and stuff. That's why we are just sticking with, to the template. You can, I think, with NPX Hard Hat accounts or something. There is a way to get the accounts. Okay. JSON RPC on top of, yeah. Oh, you're talking about this. Yeah, you can. Okay. Maybe let's try and run this. This is something that I'm just testing out. Okay. You don't need to run this. You can keep a temporary version up. Is that what you're asking? Oh, yes, you can keep this account up. Okay. This gives you a console log of everything. Now, if you do that DevNet, you can actually see it. Okay, that's cool. I don't use the terminal version, but yeah, if it is up, then it's cool. You can see all the accounts, default accounts and stuff. So now if I do the deployment, yeah, I'll just go through the deploy script and then we will deploy. Okay. So in the deploy script, as you can see, we are picking up the Elon NFT from the Elon NFT.json, waiting for deployment and getting the address. Once it's deployed, we'll get the address and we are calling the mint NFT function. Okay. You can so that's you can see that we are providing the word to the contract and stuff, and yeah, we are waiting for the mint NFT function, and we are waiting for that transaction to complete, and it will just say NFT minted successfully. So get the whole compilation details, deploy the contract and wait for deployment. Get the address of the contract. And once the address is there, you can just call the function like mint NFT and stuff like that and wait for the transaction to complete. That's it. Pretty straightforward. So let me just try and deploy this. When you deploy this, I think, yeah. Oh, wow. You can see what is happening here. I think, Jimmy, this is what you're mentioning, right? Okay. Yeah, you can see all the actions that is happening here. Nice. It's not necessary, but if you run the whole node command, you will have it running temporarily at least until you close this. Okay, this is not mandatory for the course. This is some additional cool stuff that Jimmy just shared with us. Okay, you don't have to. Yeah, it's something just a nice thing to know. True. So, but yeah, so this is again the dev environment, but here we can keep track of all the activity. That is it. Yeah, it is not it is not mandatory. Okay, I'm just what is the error? Oh, sorry. Okay. Yeah, I think you are trying to initialize a hard hat in an already initialized hard hat project. I think that's the error. Just try a different folder or a new folder. So anyway, I'll just close. This is really cool, but yeah, I'll just close it for now. But you can see all the activities in the DevNet in this terminal, which is cool, right? So yeah, we have the contract and we have the deployment script working. So what now? Yeah, we completed this. Now we need like so the next thing is, yes, error started to pop up. Yes, let's see. So now, okay, now we have a basic NFT token here, but we don't have an image or we don't have all the metadata, right? So that is what we are going to do now. So what we have to do is we will be using something called as IPFS. What is IPFS? What do you guys know about IPFS? Yeah, it's a storage service. It's a distributed, yes, a decentralized file storage. So here's the thing. Here's why we are using IPFS. So you have NFTs, you have tokens, you have all these things, fine. But you are attaching an image to it. But will it be okay if I store that image in a central database? Like if I store my image in AWS, is that fine? Why? Why? Yeah, I mean, anybody can take it down, right? Exactly. The site or the image can go, like people can actually remove that image or do anything with it, right? So when you are creating an NFT, what we are doing is we will be adding the image and all the metadata attached to the image. We'll be storing all that in a decentralized fashion, so that nobody can tamper with it. Okay, that is why we are using IPFS. And Pinata is actually a service that is written on top of IPFS. Okay, like if you are familiar, if you are technical enough, you can use IPFS directly. But Pinata is a nice little platform that helps you deal with IPFS much more easily. Okay, so just go to this website. I think I already have an account. Let me just log in to here or sign up. Yeah, that is no one can tamper with it except Amazon. Like the thing is, you guys, I don't know if you know this, but there are times. There was one time when I think it was back in 2015 or 16. There was a huge news that you guys know smart homes, right? Smart homes and stuff like that. Like a lot of devices connected to cloud and you can control everything. So there was, so what happened was, I think with one of those smart home providers, their cloud went down. Like something happened to, oh, I already have something happened to their, so something happened to their cloud service. So what happened was a lot of homes that were using their smart home solutions for locking the doors and raising alarms, everything went offline. Okay. So doors started opening up automatically. There was no security systems in place and stuff. So this actually happened. So if you store all the images that you're creating an NFT out of in using Amazon and something happens to the server, then you don't have an image, right? So that is why we are using, these services like Pinata, so that you have a decentralized way to keep it. So what we want to do is, you know, that with NFTs, here we are creating an Elon Musk NFT, right? So we need an image of NFT. We need an image of Elon Musk, right? So again, let me introduce you to something else. There is this really cool site called Ideogram, which lets you build these images. Okay. So what we are doing is, we have a token now. We have the contract for the token now, but we need an image to be attached to the token, and we need to attach the metadata also. So let me just first create an image. So this is Ideogram, where you can actually create images. Okay. This is an AI generative site. So let me say 3D render cinematic. So it will generate. So I'm just creating my image for the NFT. Okay. So this site is a super cool site that helps you generate images for. Oh wow, this image looks cool, right? So this is going to be my NFT image. Okay. So I'll just save this. So you guys can also use that site to come up with such crazy images. Let's let everybody create a unique image and we'll just use it for our NFT. Okay. So once you have Pinata, yeah, exactly, man. 3D files with Pinata. Yeah, you can try. I think there is a, right? Yeah, you can use DALI using, there are workarounds to that, but I love Ideogram. So yeah, so what we are doing is, so this is the image that I want to attach to my NFT. So the first thing that I have to do is, I downloaded it and I have to upload it to Pinata. Okay. So once you have the account, just click on upload file, click on the file. Where's my desktop? Elon Musk, the source. Yeah. So, okay. Right now, so this, okay. So now this file, this Elon Musk file, I don't know if you, in a split second, you can see that, yeah, IPFS thing, right? So here I have my file uploaded to IPFS via Pinata. Okay, Pinata is a service that helps you deal with IPFS, like upload files to IPFS services or IPFS nodes. Okay, so I have my image in IPFS now, meaning it will be stored in a decentralized manner, right? So now what we have to do is, like, if you go to the course, we have uploaded the image. Now we need to attach the metadata. So the metadata will be in the form of a JSON file. Okay, so I'll just copy this. You can see I'll just create an Elon Musk.json file here. So in the source, I'll just create a new file. Elon. Okay, so I'll just create this new file. And this is where we will be creating all the characters, attributes, and everything. Okay, you can see all this, right? I can change these things. I can add another trait. I know that it is ideogram, but I'll just be my name. Who cares? Right? So you can add these attributes here. So this is the file, and you can see that there is a particular notion for adding that URL, image URL. Right? So what we have to do is once you upload this file to Pinata, just click on this, get this image URL. Okay, copy this and paste it here in your JSON file. Okay. Okay, so you have, yeah, JSON is everywhere. So you have the image, you uploaded it to IPFS, you took that, you created a JSON file for storing the metadata, and you attach that image URL to that JSON file. Okay, any questions here? Any questions as what we did? We need to attach that image to the token. So we can't just keep it the image in the centralized database and just link that token image to link that image URL to our token. So we uploaded it to IPFS. We created a metadata of that image, like all the attributes and everything. We can even call planet. Like since we are using planet, you can add enough like trait type. So if you create a couple of other NFTs with Elon Musk in Mars, Jupiter, or anything, you can just add it. So here it's Mars. Okay. Just make sure that there is no error. Okay, so yeah, I have all the traits. So now the question is, where do I store this metadata? So I created an image, I added it to IPFS. I got that image URL, added some metadata. Now, where do I store this metadata? On blockchain? Okay, you can store it on blockchain. But the thing is, sometimes this whole thing can get a lot bigger. Like the metadata file can get a lot bigger, meaning you will have to pay a lot of fees to it. Yeah, it will be expensive. Yeah, so what you do is, just like how you did with the image, you go to the Pinata file, platform, upload that JSON file. Okay, upload that JSON. It is like if it is a very simple JSON or a very simple attribute, you can use blockchain, no issues. But since we have a bigger one, it will be expensive to store it directly onto blockchain. So we will just upload it to IPFS using Pinata. And once you have it, just like how we did with the Elon Musk image, we can click on it and we will get that whole URL. Yeah, you can see it here. Oh, wait. Yeah. I think there is you can see that this entire thing is here. Okay, so now we have the metadata too in IPFS. So now what we have to do is we just have to store this link to, or we just have to attach this particular link to our token. Okay, we don't have to store the entire JSON file. We just have to attach this particular link to our token. And where do you think we have to attach that link? Which part of the code? Any idea? Where should we, where should I, in the contract, where should I add this link? Yes, there is that particular set URI and not the token ID. There is this, yeah, you know that there is this set token URI thing, right? So here we have the placeholder. Okay, you have the placeholder here. So just remove this. and attach the link. So now we have in our token we have this link that is directly linked to the metadata of the token and or the image, and that metadata contains everything. Okay, that is what is happening. Do you guys understand the flow here? Meaning the NFT is not meaning there is some issue with your the function that you are calling. Like maybe typo or something. Just make sure that there is no typo or stuff like that. So yeah, so so what we are doing is we basically added the link to this meta details or metadata to our token. Okay, so all this details will be attached to our token now via this step. Okay, so do you understand the flow, right? I created an image, I uploaded it to IPFS, I created a JSON metadata file, I added the IPFS URL of that image to that metadata, I uploaded that metadata to IPFS, and I am just attaching the link. You can attach the JSON or that object here directly, but it will be a lot of data, so you have to pay a lot of fees. Instead, we will just upload it to IPFS and stick the link in the token. Do you guys understand? Any questions with the flow? Any issues or questions with the flow? Any doubts? Any questions? Anything? So we are storing all this in IPFS so that we have a distributed or a decentralized space to store it. Right? If I have an image and if I have the metadata and everything and I'm storing it in AWS or any other central server, the whole thing will become centralized. Instead, I have everything in decentralized format now, and every data is now attached to my token with this token ID. Do you understand? So whenever somebody calls the mint NFT function, the token that has all this metadata will be sent to that person. Any questions or doubts? Do you guys have any questions? It's so much faster. It used to take a while. Yes. Pinata, I think the whole UI of Pinata changed. It's a different UI now. API as in, I'm sorry, I didn't get that. So yeah, any questions as to what we did? We created a contract with a token, which creates a token with a unique ID and where we can attach the metadata. And to attach the image to our token, what we did is we created an image, we uploaded it to IPFS, we got the URL of that image from IPFS, we created the metadata for the image, we attached the link of that image to that metadata, and we uploaded the whole metadata file to IPFS, and we took the URL and we attached it to our token. I know there are a lot of steps here, but any questions, doubts, confusions? You can find this whole thing here. Okay, I'm just walking you through it. There are like step-by-step things to what to do here. Okay, like you can see that there are step-by-step things here. Any questions or doubts? Yes, it's true. Yeah, in 2024, if your website is slow, that is just bad. So any questions here? Yes or no? We are almost at the end. Any doubts on what we did? Anybody else? So the whole thing is you can do it pretty much easily. You can just upload it to your Google Drive and take the URL and stick it to your token. But the thing is, it will be centralized. That's why we are using IPFS. Okay, that's why we are going through this whole process where we create the image, get the metadata, add the image URL to the metadata, send it to IPFS, get the URL, and attach it to a token. You can do it using Google Drive, but then the whole thing will be centralized. That's why we are doing this. Any questions? If you have any questions, you can ask me. Just try and run the script here. Let me just run the script. Oh wow, you had, dude, you have been using Pinata till, yeah, that's fine, that's fine. HTTPS, automatic. I think there is that automatic conversion that happens with IPFS and that thing. So that's fine. I think I will also put that IPFS, sorry, like when you click on this, there is an automatic conversion that happens. You can see that, right? But both of them works, no issues. Yeah, so we have, with this means that our contract is working fine. Our deploy script is working fine. Now let's just put it to the testnet, right? So for, yeah, launching to the testnet. Now to launch it to your testnet, it is not much of an issue. You just need an Alchemy website, just like how we did with the previous. Yes, he has been using Pinata since 2022. So yeah, so here what you have to do is, like I said, in order to send this whole thing to a testnet, you need to attach yourself to a node in that testnet. So go to Alchemy, sign in. You need to get a testnet node, and we will be doing this using a testnet called Mumbai. Okay. So Mumbai is which protocols tested? Any idea? We'll be using our testnet called Mumbai. Yeah, it's pretty Polygon, right? We'll be using it Polygon because Sepolia, I think there is some issue with image support and stuff like that. Former Matic, yes. And for those who don't know, Mumbai is like one of the biggest cities in India. Okay, so we have a testnet named after one of the. Yeah, Mumbai is actually the name of the city. Polygon is also founded by some guys from India. Yes, yes. Yeah, it is actually like the founder or someone is actually from India. The Polygon is founder. Yeah. Just representing the country. That's it. Nothing much. Yeah. So I have already set up. So it's pretty easy to do it. Uh, you know, yeah, I have already set up. Yeah, you just have to click on create app. Just go to this app section, create app, select a Polygon, select Mumbai, give a name. I have already created it, and just create app. So it will give you this whole thing, right? And just click on this API key thing, and you will get access to this whole thing, like the HTTPS URL to the node, the API key, and everything. So before that, we need to do a bit of setup. So everybody has their MetaMask wallet, right? Is there anybody left to create a MetaMask wallet? Delhi is nice. Anybody from Kochi, Kerala? Oh, okay, that's nice. Anybody here from Kochi, Kerala? Oh, you're from Kerala. That's nice. I'm from Kochi myself. Oh, nice. So we'll create one for Kochi or Kerala in general. Dude, yes, come on, man. We're just making like deaf friends. Anyway, yeah, so you have the MetaMask. So just make sure that you have the address here. And we need, I think MetaMask already comes with the whole Mumbai testnet stuff, right? You can just add network and it is already there. All right. Oh, that's nice. If you are in India, just ping me, right? If we have a lot of Metaschoolers in India, we'll have a meetup or something, which will be cool. Oh, Jimmy, you're from Miami. Maybe if you invite us all, we'll have a meetup in Miami too. No issues. Oh, nice. Okay, so back to the matter at hand. So yeah, we have MetaMask, we have the Alchemy node set up. Now, what we need is we need to, like, since we are deploying this whole thing to the testnet, we need our private key and everything. Oh, East Africa, nice. So what we have to do is we need to use our .NET .env system variables and stuff. So for that we have to install the .env package. So let me just do that. Yeah, I have a lot of friends there in mind. Nigeria, yes. Erika has been with us for a lot, like since long, like from previous cohort. So yeah, we will meet in Metaverse, sure. So yeah, so I have installed the .env package. So I'll just create. Yeah, we got the tickets, but we have, like, if the visa also is fine, we'll be with. Like Denver is actually huge. So yeah, so I created the .env file, and here what you have to do is, like, you just have to paste your URL, Alchemy URL, and your private key. So this is the HTTP URL. So what you have to do is you just have to go to your Alchemy website dashboard. I'm already in the app that I created. Go to the API key, just copy this that has the HTTPS and paste it here. And here you have to do something else too. Now you have to get the private key. So here, account details, show private key, and just hold it. But as for security measures, I won't be showing you guys the private key. But you should also, like, that is the reason, one of the reasons why we are actually using the whole environment variables. Okay, never reveal your private key, especially if you have tokens or test tokens or anything. Again, it's not because I don't trust you guys. It's just I'm just showing you general good practice. Okay, so yeah, I have my I have my private key and HTTP URL and everything, like the Alchemy URL and everything set. So after that, you have to update your hard hat config file, right? So just copy this. Oh, come on, Shagara, you know this. Like, I do this every time, so don't worry. So yeah, here you can see I'm fetching the whole URL and private key from the .env file. So yeah, this is pretty much it. Like, and the version is 8.20, right? And we'll just compile the contract to see if there is any issues. Nothing to compile, meaning there is no change. Ah, come on, man. That's okay. I know what is it. That's why in this, just push it on Git, right? Yes. I don't know why, but I'm teaching some really, really fun people here. Okay, so after this, so you have your private key and URL set, then we'll just work on the deployment script. Right? I don't think there is much thing that is happening there. We'll be just moral of the story. I don't think like this audience, I should be really careful with this audience. That's the moral for me. These guys are talking about managers and pushing private keys to a GitHub. So very fun audience. So anyway, so in the deployment script, it's pretty much the same thing that we have been discussing. But Git actually prevents you from doing that. Like I think it's the private key stuff, but once I tried to push it and there was a warning. Like Git actually censors that or something. Right? I tried to accidentally I actually pushed .env file or something. I think it's the .env file. Like Git actually warns you that you're trying to push the .env file. So Git is good. But never put the private key in your code and push it to Git, because that will you will drain your whole account like this. Right? Don't do that. But Git actually warns you with .env files. But if you try to push .env files, it will actually warn you. Yeah, it shows warning. Yeah. So Git is smarter, guys. Git is getting smart. So yeah, so here it's basically the same thing. We are getting the Elon Musk NFT thing. We are waiting for deployment, getting the address, and just clicking on that mini. So the private key. So what you do is you create a separate a file called .env. Oh shit! I fell for it, guys. Anyway, don't worry. There is nothing there. I fell for you guys. This is I should have been more careful, but don't worry, there's nothing there. Due to the current circumstances, I don't think we should be sharing the whole recording, right? I fell for it, guys. And anyway, yeah. So it is in the .env file. Now that you know the private key, I don't know. Yeah. I know. Where will I store the private? So, yeah, it's in the .env file. Okay, there you can create the variables like private key and HTTPS key and everything, and you can just store it there. The instructions are there. And Ashish, you made me actually expose the whole private key. I accidentally click on that .env file, which I was not supposed to do. I mean, it happens. It happens. I mean, it's a new account. There's nothing much there. You guys can try and hack. No issues. So anyway, so yeah, this is pretty much the same function where we are deploying the contract, waiting for the contract deployment. Yeah, and getting the address, right? So we'll just try to run this. Yeah, now I have to trust you guys. Now I have to trust you guys. Like I said, just some there's nothing much there. Yeah. So now you can see that when we are actually running the script deploy script, we are mentioning the Polygon network, right? And we have configured the whole thing in our hardhat.config.js, right? You have the Polygon Mumbai network mentioned, or the URL and the account private key and everything. There are no funds. Do you think that I keep funds like actual ethers and stuff in my browser extension? Especially when I'm doing a session, I told you I don't use this. Anyway, you can just ask. I'll give you guys. I don't have valuable tokens in my wallet extension. So yeah, you can see that this modification is there. Promise. So yeah, so as you can see, if I want to deploy it, so I have to give the network name that is mentioned here. Okay, so this is Polygon Mumbai, and that's what I'm giving here. No. So you can see that the contract is being deployed to the Mumbai Polygon testnet, and this is the contract address. And now, yeah, there you go. Polygon network is faster than I guess the whole DevNet thing. Like I got my account. So what just happened is I just deployed the contract to the Polygon Mumbai testnet, and I just minted an NFT. So in order to view this, what you have to do is like you can view the whole transaction in the Polygon scan. If you want to view the NFT, there is an open, like you guys used OpenSea, which is like an NFT marketplace, right? So there is an OpenSea for, yeah, exactly. Separate wallet in MetaMask. No, I don't think anybody uses MetaMask for actually transferring Ether and stuff like that. I use like hard wallets and stuff for that. Don't put, especially if it is in an extension, don't put all the valuable token in wallet extensions. Okay. Use like proper like Ledger Nano or stuff like that. Otherwise, if you are taking sessions, you will accidentally, expose your private key. Anyway, so once you have this contract deployed, yes, true. Especially with Jimmy and Yash and everybody roaming around. Yeah. So if you go to this NFT, I just pasted the whole script there. Yeah. So just copy this address, go to this OpenSea testnet, copy this address, paste it here. And there you can see all the NFTs that is minted to your account. There you go. You can see my NFT. Right? There you go. Right? So you see the whole thing, right? You can see that my Elon Musk NFT is there. Now it is minted to my account because that is how we have written the contract. Right? Whenever you click on mint NFT, what will happen is it will mint that NFT to the sender of that or the caller of that function, which is me. Right? So that is what is happening. So any questions or doubts still here? Everybody is talking about hacking my account. Let's just pay attention to the NFT here. Yeah, it is. Yeah. I mean, this is over. Like, any questions here? It's pretty much simple, right? So we create the image, get the meta details, add both to IPFS, get the link, attach to token, and just call the function. So it will mint the NFT to your account, right? So that is what is happening here. Now the entire detail is there in the course. Now you can even try and launch the whole thing to mainnet if you want. Okay. So if you have any questions, doubts, anything regarding this, you can always post it on Discord. There are people who have completed the course. And if you face any kind of trouble, you can always ask us. We will be there in Discord. So the whole thing is we created a contract. Which can create unique tokens with unique IDs, and we can attach metadata to those tokens, like our image and all those things. So for adding those, what we do is we create an image and all the metadata, store it to IPFS, get the URL, and then attach that URL to the token. We can directly add all the details to the token directly, but the thing is, if the data is large, it will cost you a lot of gas because there is storage stuff, right? So if you guys have any questions, please do ask. Otherwise, this is the session. So what I will ask you is, instead of Elon Musk NFTs, you guys can create any NFTs. Just go to ideogram, just come up with the most crazy NFTs and shill them in our we did this last time, right? We did this last time. So just create your own crazy NFT, shill it in our builders huddle chat, and we'll see if there are any buyers for it, right? So any questions with the course? Do you guys have any questions or doubts with the course? We'll be uploading the whole video there. Yeah. What about the rest? Awesome. So yeah, awesome. So just go through the course. If there is any questions, just post it in Discord. And a really great resource for Solidity is Solidity by Example. There is this really cool site called Solidity by Example. Okay, I'll just link it here. Really awesome. This is actually a really cool. It gives you example, like step-by-step instructions and examples on how to write everything. Like every contract, everything is there. No. Yeah, I'm telling you, don't just create Elon Musk NFTs. Okay, create whatever crazy NFTs that you want. Use ideogram. It can be anything. It can be anything. Just use ideogram, come up with the most crazy image and create an NFT and just chill it in our chat. Okay, let's see if there is a really crazy NFT, I'll buy it. Really cool NFT, I'll buy it. You just have to transfer that NFT to me. Of course, testnet. Okay. So again, if you have any questions with the course, just if you have any questions with the course, just post it in Discord. Go through the course. It's pretty easy. Like everything that I talked about, it is there. I just gave you a walkthrough of it. But in case if there is any doubts or questions and stuff, just post it on Discord and do continue with the team building stuff. Okay, by tomorrow, try to get all the team names and teammates and everything set. The form is there. Yeah, there is. So what you have to do is in Discord. So if you're new to Discord, go to the Start Here channel. Just put your introduction there, and there is this separate channel for Road2Web3. Oh wow! Yeah, create a new NFT, man. Create a new different NFT, not the Elon Musk one. All right. If there is no questions, I think we can wind up the session. Do shill NFTs, do complete the course, and do work on your team members and stuff. Yeah, past is past. Unlike marriages and viewing your private key in that class. Pinata is different. Pinata is different. Infura is different. You can use Infura instead of Alchemy. Okay, you can use Infura instead of Alchemy. Not, I don't know if Infura has IPFS service. If they have, you can use it. No issues. Does Infura have IPFS service? But yeah, Alchemy. Pinata is fun. Yeah, thank you. Like this is the kind of sessions that we have. Like, oh, okay. If there is IPFS service on Infura, you can feel free to use it. I think, but Pinata is like a default. Like it's been there for long, right? I think Infura introduced IPFS recently. I think so. I'm not sure, but yeah, you can use it. That's fine. You can use it. No issues. Yeah, yes. Do post all your learnings and stuff in social media too. Like we see that a lot of you guys are posting it, which is great. Keep posting it. Tag us too. Tag Metaschool. So to get it, you have to click on these image icons. Okay, the globe and the builder icon. Click on the globe and the builder icon, which will give you access to all the Road2Web3 channels. All right. So any other questions, doubts, anything? Okay, awesome. And shill your crazy NFTs there. So I guess, yes, thank you guys. Let me go transfer all the tokens from my account. You guys go complete the course and shill the NFTs. All right. See you guys in the next session.
Bye-bye, guys. Good night. Take care.
Bye. Bye, guys.